All right, Burleson, let's talk about everybody's favorite subject, the city's budget. The Burleson City Council will soon be considering the upcoming fiscal year's budget for the city. First, we want to talk to you about the general fund, the city's largest fund, and where that money comes from that makes up that fund. The general fund is split up into three distinct areas: property taxes, both residential and commercial, sales tax, and a section of other revenue sources, which includes fines and forfeitures, licenses and permit totals, gas well inspection fees, school resource officer reimbursements, and water and sewer reimbursements, just to name a few. And what does the money in this fund pay for? Well, it makes up a lot of what you think as your basic government functions, like fire and police services, public works, library services, parks and recreation, planning and development, animal services, code compliance, and environmental services. Having diversified revenue sources is very important to the stability of our city. If we took all of the city's revenue from both residential property taxes and commercial property taxes, it would only cover 95% of the total public safety budget, which means property taxes do not pay for any of the other services listed here. Now, let's look at the highlights in this year's proposed budget. Number 1, lower tax rates. The proposed tax rate of a little more than 68 cents is a little over 2 cents lower than last year's rate of 71 cents. This is the third year in a row the city has lowered their portion of the tax rate, and this is the lowest the city's tax rates have been since 2009. Number 2, first homestead exemptions. The proposed budget recommends adding 1% homestead exemption in fiscal year 2023, which will be increased 1% each year thereafter to continue to offer our residents a way to decrease their property tax bill. Number 3, street improvements. One of the most requested budget items from our community during our outreach methods was street improvements. We are happy to say the Capital Improvement Program proposes $8.93 million in street improvements over the coming year. Number 4, public safety enhancements. The budget recommends the addition of 6 new police officers and 7 new fire personnel. Number 5, utilities. Great news! There will be no rate increases for city utilities this fiscal year. So, how did we make the budget? The proposed budget has been developed with the no new tax revenue rate in mind. This tax rate seeks to raise the same amount of revenue as the previous year for existing properties, regardless of whether property values have increased. In this way, property taxes are held constant and not increased for existing property owners. A significant focus was placed on cost containment and organizational efficiency while ensuring the city's strategic plan was met and public input was gathered. You know, we love hearing from you. Over the past year, the City of Burleson has conducted numerous surveys, online forums, and other outreach efforts. Additionally, the city launched a budget transparency webpage, and a survey was conducted to gauge citizen interest in a variety of programmed areas. This survey and the feedback received through the year have formed the basis of many of the recommendations for the fiscal year 2021 and 2022 proposed budget. But you can still be involved in the budget process. The city will be hosting public hearings on the proposed budget during the September 7th City Council meeting. Want to know more? Visit www.burlesontx.com/budget input for the proposed fiscal year 21-22 budget, public notices, and previous presentations.